Black Friday always comes with steals and deals, and when it comes to Bull Moose, it also comes with a little twist. Callie Larakis and Chris Brown are here from Bull Moose, and they're going to tell us a little about this twist that involves records on Black Friday. Why records? Why are we celebrating those?
Well, in 2011, we decided to add a bunch of Record Store Day releases to Black Friday. And, you know, if you remember what Black Friday was like back then, that was when it started to get really ugly with like big box stores opening on Thanksgiving and ruining it for their employees, and riots over, you know, $50 televisions and stuff. And so it really, and you know, we went crazy with the movies, like 97-cent DVDs. I mean, we were doing the same thing, not to the same level, but so the energy in Black Friday really needed to change, because it was no longer just like, hey, fun, we're all out shopping, and then we're going to go home and have a turkey sandwich. It was a whole other thing.
A little chaotic.
And so Record Store Day decided we needed to put some records out that would be exclusive to independent stores, just like regular Record Store Day in April, and really cool stuff, and kind of try to bring it back to something artistic and fun, and give you that, like, you come in, and also there was a rule, you can't sell them before 8 o'clock. So there's none of this like making your employees come in at 10 p.m. or any of that stuff. Like, you don't have to get up early to buy records. That's wrong. You shouldn't have to get up, you know, like.
There's a balance here, people.
Right, absolutely. You know, it was like,
it.
So it worked out pretty well, because now, you know, 14 of them or something like that. Yeah, you know,
it's working.
It's a great thing. So we brought some of the records that we coming out in.
Let's get into that. What do we want to start with?
Yeah.
Why don't you go? Yeah.
One of the ones I'm most excited about is Konami Classics. This is perfect, like 90s, 80s nostalgia, all 8-bit, like classic video game music.
Okay, so I'm thinking like Legend of Zelda. Like that's
Zelda,
what I'm thinking.
Castlevania, Bayou Billy, Snake's Revenge, like just those, like, anyone who loved Street Fighter growing up and remembers like going and playing that, this is so much fun.
Oh, love it.
So that's one of the ones I'm very excited about. Also on a special 2 vinyl edition in orange is the Asteroid City soundtrack, which was the new Wes Anderson film this year.
Nice.
And it's just really good, like country folk Americana music. It's such a good listen. And then one of the biggest titles and one of the biggest albums of this year is Olivia Rodrigo's Guts, the Secret Tracks. It's 4 songs never before released that aren't on the original CD or vinyl for Guts, so it's only on this. And it's on a gorgeous purple vinyl, so I'm very excited for this.
God, it has a little Taylor Swift vibe there with the vault tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
I will be buying this. So. Yeah, so those are some of the releases.
Love to hear it. Chris, what do you have?
Well, this, you know, I think that this is kind of like a very typical Record Store Day thing, where she's got a new album out now and is using this kind of time. The timing works out, so you can kind of be like, we're talking about this, and like, hey, don't forget there's, you know.
Right.
So
smart marketing.
Yes, but I mean, we're supposed to help spread the word, right? That's what a store's job is, right? You know, indie store anyway. So, all right, one of the records I want to show you is this Marion Brown and Leo Smith record, and
it's pretty.
And so this is free, you know, fully improvised jazz.
Wow.
But about a year after this was recorded, Marion Brown started working at Bowdoin. So we have a really cool local connection here.
That is really
he was an assistant
neat.
professor of music there, and so this wasn't recorded there, but he did end up recording an album at Bowdoin in the gym, and so people who may just want to point out, if you own this Marion Brown record, they're going back to the original cover. This is so, like, if you own this, maybe you don't need that.
I see.
It was reissued later by
I don't know.
Arista.
If there are some diehard fans, they probably want both.
Well, you know, I probably want that one just to have it, you know, the different cover. Moving on, a lot of people may remember the English Beat.
Yes.
Or they just went by the Beat. You know, so this is the big record. It has Twist and Crawl. It's got Mirror in the Bathroom, and so
awesome.
It's kind of like, you know, the '90s ska punk thing. Wouldn't have, never would have happened if it wasn't for, you know, bands like the Beat, you know, figuring out how to add punk and new wave to the ska thing that was going to happen. And this is fun.
We can't forget about Dre.
So who remembers long boxes?
No.
So in the early days of when they started coming out with CDs, they made them this tall so that record stores could just put them in the same bin.
I
Right? So two
see.
CDs sit next to each other. So
Yep.
first of all, the size of a CD, it works because you can put two of them together in the same record bin, and also you can fit all of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony on a CD. That's why it's that
Oh my
length.
gosh, I love it.
So they brought back the long box, but it used to be stores would just be full of these things, and so now you could go on eBay and like people collect the old boxes because most people you just rip it open and
Right.
and throw it out.
Right.
So this doesn't have any music that's not on the original album, which is The Chronic, by the way. But it does say that it's got some rolling papers in the box, and
Perfect. There you go.
no comment on that. Not my scene. Maybe it's yours.
I love it so much. Okay, and again, the focus, I know we're talking about records because that's kind of the focus for Black Friday, but you guys have all kinds of stuff for people to get on Black Friday as well. So Bull Moose is a great place to stop in and check out throughout their
We've seen
shopping.
everybody comes out. It'll be
Absolutely.
fun.
Oh.
And, I hope everybody just has a nice time. Whatever we do this week, right?
Absolutely. All right, Kelly, Chris, thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And
you.
if you want to learn more about all of these records, again, don't forget about Dre. Just head to the 207 section of our website and app, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.